Welcome back to Divine Capricorns with me, Amanda. I read for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Saturn placements. And this is a very special reading. I decided to do a Saturn retrograde reading on the channel, and I've actually opened it up as a private reading on my Wizio, which there will be a link for that down below. I would check it out if you're very curious to know what's going to transpire during this time. So Saturn retrogrades from June 29th until November 15th of 2024. So Saturn guides us to take responsibility for our lives, own up to our actions and decisions, and to learn how to create boundaries. It will allow us to look over our past actions and see where we have avoided or perhaps forgotten to take responsibility or to set those boundaries. So this reading is going to give you a general idea of what's going to happen during that time. This is not specifically for any one person. This is a general reading, but it gives you an idea of what the spread is like. And yeah, I've got 3 decks with me. This is what I wasn't completely sure about, but I went with it. But yeah, so let's get some overall energy from the Oracle decks I've grabbed. This is the Soul's Journey. Oh, already flying. Let me grab that. So I never take these cards in reverse, but for the first time, a card has reversed. So that's interesting. We have the Blame card. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Wow. Well, there you go. Responsibility. That makes sense. Love is at the bottom. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That's interesting to me. I've got the Work Your Light Oracle deck as well. I haven't used this in a hot minute, but let's see if we can get any more information. So from this deck, what is going on during Saturn retrograde for my Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Saturn placements? Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. You know how many times I've gotten this card? When I have actually used this deck? Quite often, let me tell you. We have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That gives me such manifestation vibes. That's amazing. And then don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Oh boy. Oh boy. That gives me like this idea of like you want to make everybody else feel really comfortable. So essentially during this time, you might be learning about habits that you have or behaviors of like people pleasing, which isn't necessarily a great thing. All right, I have the Star Child Tarot. It comes with a separate book, didn't come inside of the box, and they have different cards for their majors. So I might have to clarify what card is what, depending on what comes out. So with the tarot, Spirit can give me more information about this time for my Capricorns, the Saturn retrograde. Can you give me a better idea of what's going to transpire during this time? What do they need to work on? All of those things. It's thinking. That's what I always think. 3 of Swords. Oof. Protection. The Sun. 3 of Crystals. Crystals is, in this deck, Pentacles. Protection, you're needing to protect yourself during this time, or just like be very protective of your own energy. Anything else, Spirit? Woo! All right. Ah. I just love when it starts doing that. King of Crystals and the Page of Crystals. So a lot of earth energy is going to transpire, like something maybe changing in your material worlds. Like you're acquiring more. I mean, you have the King of Crystals, so like perhaps a business is becoming very successful. Can I have some more information, please? During the Saturn retrograde. Thank you. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. We have Taurus. We've got Leo. I mean, we have Capricorn. 6 of Swords. Woo! We have 2 3s as well. So 3-3 could be significant in some sort of way. One more card. One more card. Help me out here, Spirit. One more card, please. Thank you. Awakening. Yeah, see? It's called Awakening in this deck. Let's see. I'm going to grab the book. Grab the book so I can clarify what one this is. Because they're different in this deck. Awakening. Okay, so this is Judgment. Yeah, because this one has 22 majors. Wow, okay. All right. I feel as though you're going to be going through a lot of material changes, like maybe you're moving where you currently reside or live. Perhaps it's just you're making more money, which is amazing. Congratulations if that is you. It feels like you're also opening yourself up to a higher level of education and learning more about yourself, but also about, I mean, this could be in terms of your material world. Like maybe you're deepening, or not deepening, maybe you're becoming more skilled at what you do. This also feels like there's a sense of spiritually, not necessarily awakening, but like rising and I don't know how to put it. Spiritually, and then there's the yawns. Spiritually, you are ascending. That's the word I was thinking of. Geez. But I feel like there's been a period of time where it's like you've just been, you've been hurt a lot. You know, 3 of Swords upright is actually not a bad card at all. I see it like I see the cards as progression, especially in the minors, right? But it depends because there are shadow sides and light sides to each of the cards. Now, if it was in reverse, I would feel like you are in denial of your pain, but I feel like you were just being very protective over your own energy during this retrograde. And it kind of feels like with the sun, goes along with this don't dim to fit in card, which is really awesome because I feel like you're also giving this, giving yourself this time to shine and be authentically and unapologetically yourself, which is quite beautiful. I'm very proud of you, whoever you are. With the blame card in reverse, I kind of feel like you're no longer blaming yourself for things that you aren't actually responsible for at all. Like, you are only responsible for yourself, right? And in which case, once you understand that concept, you can separate yourself from a lot of bullshit. And I kind of feel like that's more or less what's also happening, because you have the Six of Swords. This is you moving on to a peaceful state of mind, you being brought away by the universe to a better place in your life, which is funny because you have the Hierophant next to it. So it really feels like a higher power is very much in the works and working their magic. I did also get an idea of like, or the vibe of manifestation. We have the Three of Crystals in the middle here, which for me is a co-creating card, right? And I feel as though it's like you are, yeah, you are just shining really brightly. I mean, her dress is really bright. It's almost glowing. Maybe during this time you're having a serious glow up, and if that's the case, I love it. I love to see it. Birthing a new age, so birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I feel like you're literally coming into a new chapter of your own life. And that's where I feel like the Three of Crystals kind of like goes along with that, or it's strongly connected. Take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So I think, which is very interesting, because Saturn retrogrades, typically for us Capricorns, depending on what your chart is like, can be just like grind time, right? So staying focused on your priorities, like just doing your work, not necessarily like socializing or giving your time and energy to things that may not grow. And for us being earth signs, like we grow most with our finances and like our purpose on this earth. You know, that's, we rule the material world, the material realms. No, just the material world. My bad. So typically we're told to like just stay very much focused on the goals, right? But this card is saying take a break, right? So get off the treadmill. So typically we're on that treadmill and we're like, we're just gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go. It's kind of like the guinea pig on the wheel. Is the guinea pig really going anywhere? Not technically, but I'm not saying you're not going anywhere. But what I think that this card is giving is mostly advice to make sure that you're taking breaks. I think for me, I don't know if this is going to be helpful for anyone. For me, I'm like a genuine workaholic, very true to my Capricorn nature. I almost work pretty much every single day. Sometimes if I wake up and I just feel like, nope, it's not it today. I am tired. I just want to relax. I don't want to do a whole lot. Then I do exactly that. I listen to those things. Or say I spent most of my morning being pretty productive and getting things done. Awesome. I'm going to take a break. And that might mean like an hour. Maybe it's like a 5-minute, and then I get back to it and then take another 5-minute. Maybe I'm taking the whole night off. Right? So prioritizing breaks will be super important. And I'm not saying that break has to be you spending time alone. It can be. Maybe taking a break means you go and see a friend you haven't seen in a while. Like, or you go out somewhere you haven't been in some time and just enjoy yourself. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. Goodness, I don't think I'll ever get used to the yawns. But it might be most advisable for you to integrate those breaks into there. So spending time not achieving, which I know is so hard, right? for us Cappies. But I swear this is going to be so good for you. And I feel like your spirit, your soul is like coming into a different space. Again, like this new age, this new era for you. Can you clarify the take a break card for me? Can you give me a little bit more information? I just want clarification if I actually nailed the head. Put the nail on the head, I should say. Clarify the take a break card. What is this? Too many cards, but I will take them because I'm going to be putting them back anyways. We have the Ace of Cups. We have Serenity, which is the Hermit card. King of Wands. Six of Cups. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Oh, man. It's exactly what I just said. So Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, King of Wands. So in the past, I feel like you've really just hammered and pushed through to your own detriment. But the Serenity, the Hermit card, and the Ace of Cups is really telling you to fill yourself up and stay full. Like there should be no reason your cup is empty, that you have no energy. There should be absolutely no reason for that, right? Unless you're allowing those things to happen, in which case you have to be responsible for that. All right, so I think that for you, it looks like self-care during this time, like having habits that really fill you up and make you feel connected. Thank you, Spirit, for like giving me that confirmation that what I just said was the right advice. Because I also feel like as a reader, it can be difficult to give advice, especially depending on the person, because readers are people. And we're human. We are very flawed as humans, I should say. And honestly, like, I know for me, when I consume tarot, I'm very particular as to who I watch and who I consume content from, because some people give really terrible advice based on information that they don't have, right? Especially if like they just watch a bunch of other readers, they just kind of mimic what they're doing. It's something that I feel very strongly about. And I think all of us need to learn how to use our discernment better, or just learn discernment in general. All right, what is the advice for my Capricorns for this reading? What is the advice other than the advice I just gave? Seven of Swords. Don't let yourself be defeated. Can I have another card? Never gotten that message from Seven of Swords before. You are a fortress. I just heard. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you need to let go of the responsibilities. You need to let go of feeling responsible. You need to let go of things that feel not wonderful. You know, like your happiness matters. What you want matters. What you you deserve better. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you deserve so much better than you've been given. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. At any point in time, you can come back to this reading. All of my readings are timeless, granted. I don't believe in timelines. Everyone has their own, so it would make no sense to read for a timeline, because time doesn't exist, technically. It's elusive, you know? If you believe that, of course, you don't have to. But yeah, I really hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment down below if it resonates for you, and if you have an interest in me doing more readings like this, more on the astrology side, of course. And yeah, and if you want a private reading, private spread like this for you and you only, please check out my Wizio link down below as well. All right. Know that you are divine, sacred, and heavenly. Bye, Capricorns.